Okay, so this clip of Ayesha Curry on Red Table Talk has gotten the internet in this whole frenzy, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. So just to give you a little background, I actually did watch the entire Red Table Talk because I thought it would be irresponsible of me to just watch a little clip of something and then formulate a whole opinion. So in order to get context, I did watch the entire Red Table Talk. I appreciate all these women for coming and sitting at this table and being honest and upfront about their life experiences because I'm sure that them sharing their experience has helped someone. So essentially, it's the four women of the Curry family that are sitting here with Jada, her mother, and her daughter Willow. So the mother of the family, who they call the matriarch, Sonia, she's been married for 30 years. So she's telling, about the different changes and things that happen at different stages of your marriage. And then she spoke about something I thought was kind of important, which was like the individuality in a marriage. And I think that relates to Aisha's situation as well. They expressed, sometimes feeling like you're losing who you are as a person. And a lot of women speak about this. They say, first they get married and then they have kids. And then once their kids are gone, they're left wondering, like, who am I? I think that speaks to the sacrifices that a lot of women make that go unnoticed or are just expected. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, women, I feel, do it with so much graciousness or tenacity that people may not even realize or take into consideration what's actually happening inside of that woman. They also actually touch on a little bit of mental health, which I thought that was important. And talked about anxiety. Aisha, Willow, and Jada, and Steph's sister, I can't remember her name right now, but they all talk about their own different experiences with anxiety and how they deal with it and different mechanisms that they use. Like Jada says that she tells Willow to list 10 things that she's happy for or grateful for, and that usually brings her down. Jada's more anxious in like public situations where there's a lot of people. And Aisha, of course, talks about how she has anxiety, but that she actually takes medication for it, but that it helps her just to be open and honest. And I think that's all important. And I think that maybe this should have been a part of what was more highlighted about this conversation than the whole idea that she wants some male attention.
Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not even.
I think her idea is very much influenced by the society that we live in today. We live in this society where everyone wants to be validated by people who may or may not really even know them. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that, especially as women, so much of how much you're valued in society is attached to your age and how many kids you have. So like the older you get, the more kids you have, the less valuable or attractive you seem in society. And whether or not that's true, that's what's perpetuated. So put yourself in Aisha's shoes. You just turned 30. I just turned 30. Ayesha has a whole husband and family. She's a cover girl and all of that. And I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. You know what I'm saying? But so I could look at her and say, girl, what you complaining about? But put yourself in her shoes. You feel like, oh, I'm 30 years old. I have 3 kids. I have a husband. And like everybody's looking at him. I don't feel like I have the right to invalidate her feelings or experience because I don't live her life. You know what I'm saying? I think it calls us as people to really ask ourselves, like, what makes our lives valuable? Where is our self-value found? Is it in what other people think of us, or is it in what we think of ourselves? One would think that if you have a husband and you guys chose each other as life partners and you guys are going through this thing called life strong and doing it, that you wouldn't really be concerned about what outside people think. But I also think that this idea of, I just kind of want to see if I still got it is what a lot of people use when they're unfaithful to their partners. So like a man dating a woman will be like, oh, I'm only entertaining these 5 and 15 girls because, I just want to see if I still got it. I mean, I don't want her. I love you, but you know what I'm saying? I just want to see if I could still pull. Okay. And that, I mean, in and of itself kind of rocks that relationship because it's like, if you're with me, why do you care about what somebody else thinks? That whole idea, I just want to see if I still got it, really does open a door to things that maybe you don't want in your life, in your marriage or your relationship, because you wanting the outside attention could then make you say, today I don't feel like I'm getting enough attention, but then, ooh, look whose that is. I don't even know this guy, but he's paying attention to me, and all of a sudden I'm going to entertain that even more. Now you're going to say, oh, well, how come you don't talk to me like this guy? And, da, 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 da. And that's kind of how things lead to down paths that you don't really want to go down. So I think we should be a little self-reflective about the things that we feel, and I hope that she has these conversations with her husband as well, and that they like really talk about it. I also think that a lot of what she had to say about the groupies, though, just kind of made me wish that we lived in a world where the people that were in their marriage respected their marriage, and that the people on the outside respected people's marriage as well. Because if someone decided to get married, and if you decided to get married, I'm just saying, like, you should respect your union, respect that you stood before the God that you say you serve and the people in front of you and said that this is what we're going to vow to do. In general, I think that it is a natural human experience, maybe even a flaw, for us to want our ego stroked, to feel like, somebody out there wants us. And no, the validation isn't always necessary, but let's be honest, it does feel good. So I want to know what you guys think about this situation. Do you understand where Aisha's coming from? Do you think that it's a little problematic? Also, I just want to know, how do y'all feel? How do you think people would be responding if this was a man expressing these feelings? Do you guys feel like people would be more understanding, less understanding? If you have time, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. All right, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.